if you're new here. If you're not, welcome back. We've got a revisit today, Mark II Zephyr. This one's by Corgi. Now, I have done one of these before, back on my old channel. I've done a replica of the car my dad owned in the 80s. His was black with a red roof and had a set of Wolf Race wheels, or mags as I know them as, but I get told off if we call them that, so we'll call them Wolf Race. By the looks of it, somebody's touched that with a soldering iron and melted the screen. I'm hoping I can save it. I'll definitely get it looking better than it is. I just hope it hasn't gone through too far, but we'll work that out once we get to it. The body itself's in pretty good condition, really. A little bit of play wear, but it is what it is. We'll be able to sort it. So I'm not 100% sure on the colour yet. We're probably going to go like a two-tone, but we are going to customise it up a little bit. We'll make it look pretty tidy. So we've got 2 rivets to drill out, so I'll get the drill set up, we'll get it stripped, and we'll go and get this paint off. Right, moving on. Got a bit of suspension there. We'll detail this interior up as well. Yeah, we'll do something with that. Yeah, we might be able to get that. We'll see how we get on. It's not that thick, it's a little bit, but it's quite flimsy, so I'll have to be careful with that. So, coming in about there. We might be able to do something. We'll have a look. Get the headlights out. And there we go, we're stripped. We're going to get this paint off and then we'll sort out what we're going to do with it. And there we go, that's the paint off. Still a little bit here and there. I'm not too fussed about this with the way I'm going with it, so we're not going to be doing much of the casting other than just to key it up well, just for the colours. It's going to go down first. We're not going to be doing a mega job on this. So judging where that post is, you can just see I've been doing a little marking out. You know where we're going with it. It's going to have a blower out the top of there. We should be all right. Might just have to nibble a little piece of it here just to sit the belt drive in. I've done a little bit of 3D printing. We got some bits in here. So I've just done them. So I'll just leave it. I've washed them. So I'm just going to cure them on their own. The better when they're done like that. So that's what we'll do. So I think first we'll drill this front out. We'll get it filed out to where we need it. And we're not doing much more than that other than just sand the casting down. We'll give it a light flatten with some 600. I'm going to lay some undercoat down. Again, I'm not going to go mad with that. And then we'll move on to what we're going to do with it. Different for me. Never done it before properly. We'll see how we get on. Watch this space. So it doesn't really matter where this goes as long as it's somewhere in the middle. That's all we need. Find it. There we go. Right, so I've done about what I need to do to it. So just going to go over it with some 600. With the amount of paint that's got to go on this to achieve the effect that I'm after, I'm not going to undercoat it. I'm just going to go straight in with the black first, and then we'll put the other colours on after then. I've just done as if the trim has been knocked off and just where the clips you'd be holding it on. It doesn't look much at the minute. We got a bit of a dint, but it should do by the time I finish with it. Fingers crossed. I watched enough videos. I think I've got the minerals to pull it off, so we'll see how we go on. Right, let's get it flatted off and we'll get some paint on. Black on. It's already looking shit. Luke, what are you doing? So we're going to go over with a brown. Yeah, I'm not saying this is the correct way of doing it. It's the way it works for me. I've had a little practice, don't get me wrong. I'm no expert on this. I'm probably doing it wrong. So, you know, any advice, leave them in the comments for me. The brown done. So we got a little slight lighter colour of brown, so we're just going to speckle it just all over, and then we'll go over with a black wash, and then we're going to use some hairspray for the chipping media. About 3 coats of that I reckon should do it, and then we're going to detail it up then. So we'll just try a little bit. We will lighten this in places, darken it in places with the airbrush before we go back into Oh. We've put the blue on. Now I have left it to come down here a little bit because that's going to help with the contrast between the two colours, because the car would have been sprayed completely blue in the first place before they put the white on. I've done this side. Yeah, it's just looking rough. I'm going to do two different colours on that door and the boot. So we're just going to mask this piece up now. Obviously with that Hairspray on for the chipping solution, I'm not too sure how it's going to stick. So a little trick, just on your arm with the tape, or your hand, whatever. And that just took a bit of the holding air off my arm there. I'll just take some of the adhesive off the tape, and then that way we're not going to pull anything off then. We come to remove this in a minute. Just looking to stop that, just blowing down the back there. So that's it. We'll go in the booth and just lightly blow this piece in. Good. We're going to do the roof and then we'll paint the tops of these what colour we want them. Right guys, so we're in the colours that we want to do. We've put a different colour boot and a different colour door. I've just started, I haven't got a pin, or I can't find a pin in my house. Literally, it's like trying to find a needle in a haystack. So I've just had to improvise. This is just a little air clip. So we're just mimicking some scratches and just where the paint's sort of cracked around the dint. So I'm just going to go over, do some little bits and bobs to it. And then we'll, I've cut a brush down. It's quite stiff. We'll be using a little bit of water and then we'll start chipping away. And then after then we'll put some of the rust running down details. And then we're going to chrome up around the windows and whatever else we need to do. Before I do that kind of detail, I'm going to lacquer it in a matte lacquer. And then that way none of it should pull off. So that's what we're up to. That's what we're going to do. There we go, job done, assembly it is. Had good fun doing this one, I really enjoyed it. Bit more weathering this side. Obviously we've had the knock, we got the trim missing. I have snapped one of the mirrors off just so we can have the base sitting on this side. I've gone with a theme that's something that was heavily customized at some point. Sadly got forgotten about. They were definitely restoring it with the replacement panels and probably with the power of that beast. No wonder he smacked the doors. Tail end happy that thing would be. Probably good for 1,000 horsepower that. Well, there we go. I'm happy with the way it's come. I'm not going to bother with a number plate. I think it looks better without it. We have done some little bits of the silver trim and that around the windows. I haven't gone too mad with it because I wanted to keep the rust effect. Yep, like I say, I'm no expert at weathering, so I'll let you guys be the judge of that in the comments. The glass unit, I've done it just so the rust is leaching down onto it. We did manage to repair it where it was all melted, and I dropped in, you can just see it there, a little bit of clear resin. Before I weathered this, you couldn't even see it, so maybe that's something for the future with other screens, repairing them with a clear resin. I know you're not going to see the interior that much, but I know it's done, and we've just gone with this sort of same theme as the car. Bumpers, we rusted them up a little bit. I haven't gone too mad, we kept a little bit of the chrome as well. The base plate come good. Good texture on that as well. So the rivets, I've sprayed them black just for preparation for when I rust them out once it's all together. Just to keep in the theme, you don't want to either shiny or black rivets sitting in there, it will ruin it. So there we go. So if you're not already, guys, get yourself subscribed. That way you'll see more content like this. As always, I look forward to your comments as I do every week. And I'll catch you on the next one.